Today, I am gonna be finally switching the front speakers on my Squarebody Suburban. And we are gonna answer that age-old question, can we fit a center speaker in a Squarebody Dash? There's a hole for it. Is the speaker gonna fit? What will fit? How will it fit? That's what I'm gonna be doing today. So let's get started. This is what I'm gonna be going with. It's 450 watts peaks, you know, peak, max, you know, the top, okay? This should be more than adequate considering what's in the burb is probably 12 watts. I bought these at Walmart for, I don't know, like $40 or $50. I mean, you can get them on Amazon, eBay, wherever you want to get it. These are 3.5 inch. Pioneer's a good brand, I know it. I think they should be great. I put some cheap 3.5 inch ones in C10 burb that I had a couple years ago, and they sucked. They were better than factory, but only because the factory didn't work. Here's what we're gonna need. You need all of this stuff. You know, wire strippers and ratchet, little hook tools, drill bits, tape, like, so yeah, multimeter. You need all this stuff. All right, let's get here. It's just gonna be this bolt here and these 3 underneath here, right there, and right there. And then there's gonna be, you know, probably 6 that we're gonna have to take off there. Unless you want to take the whole little faceplate off, then it's gonna be like 12. But I'm only gonna try to take off 6 and then kind of tip it up and get it out. We're gonna see. I don't want to have to take the whole dash apart. Just slide it, you know, in, up, you know. Yeah, we got that bolt, that bolt. Get this third one out. Take this screw out. I gotta use a stubby because of, you know, where it's at. Now, you're probably not gonna have all this stuff to take off. I mean, because I have the special wood console and wood everything else. So I have to take off all of this first just to get to that. It doesn't take that long, especially when, you know. You've done it a million times. Yeah, I've done it. But the hard part's gonna be figuring out what screws go back where, because they're all different. This last bolt out. Now we can take these bolts off right there, the outside edge ones, because these are the ones that are holding it. And that. Okay, now that I got all those bolts out, we can take this bezel off. You just pull this little rubber piece right here forward, if you have it, and then you can kind of pop it off the headlight switch and around the radio, and you can just fish it and get it out. I'm just gonna leave it on for a second because, like, I'm being lazy. I'll take it off after. I'm just gonna kind of fish it a little bit. Oops, I didn't need that air freshener anyway. Okay, there we go. Once you get all those bolts out there, you're gonna have to lower your glove compartment, and in there is a hose that hooks to this vent. All right, let's see here. Lower this down. Try not to drop all the stuff out. And that hose is right there, you see it? You just gotta disconnect from the HVAC. It just slides off, so. A little bit of wiggle. Ah, there we go. All right, that's off. Okay, just kind of slide this forward because I'm not gonna take all that off. And this should just tip up. It's basically got little clips, so it goes in like this and then clips down. So we're gonna get that clipped up, go to the other side. And now, disconnected, tip out. There we go. All right, here's our speakers. I'm gonna have to take new speakers and put them in this cover because this is the mounting bracket. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work otherwise. And this slides up and out. This is probably the original factory speaker considering how it looks. So 12 watts, I mean 15 max. Now I'm gonna have to change the end connector here because the new one obviously won't work with that. Grab the box. All right, the speakers came with their own cute little wire connector with a resistor, diode, or whatever's in there. I don't actually know. To tell which one's positive and negative on this, I'm pretty sure the bigger one is positive, as well as the fact that the bigger one has the stripe. And usually the stripe is also positive. And here it is. Hey, check this out. That is definitely going to be a lot nicer than what was in it. Because my speakers and my wires weren't marked, I have to figure out which one's positive and which one's negative. Now you're gonna have to have the key on for this. You're gonna have to have the radio playing. That way you can actually see wattage. But you just take your digital voltmeter, your voltmeter, turn it on. I have it on DC volts at 20. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach the connectors to these wires and see. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our red probe, put it in one of them. We're gonna take our negative probe, put it in the other. Then we're gonna come down here and look at this. Do you see how it shows 2 or 0.02? Okay, that means, let me get back up here. That means that this right here is hooked up properly. Okay, that means that my positive wire is this light green wire. And I'll show you how I know that. If I swap it and put the negative, the black one on that, and then swap this over here. Now look at this. See how it shows negative? That's because the polarity is reversed. So I know that this light green wire is my positive wire, and that's what's going to hook to the positive side on my speaker. Big and little. Now we got to just connect them. Wiggle test. All right, wiggle test is good. I know that this goes in like this because this back clip goes there. The only way this speaker is going to fit in there is like that. That one started there. Get these on there. Get on there. Okay, we got it in there, slid down and pulled back. It was hitting these wires right here. It's close, but the metal prongs, they're not touching this. But if you want, you can rotate your speaker whichever direction you want to make it work. So it is sitting in the right area though. Pioneer's right there. So all right, now that that's back in, we got to get the other side and do that. When doing this side, be careful not to hit the windshield. I don't think that's going to help you. Look at that. They gave me so much room for wires. Okay. Now I'm going to have to do the same thing to see exactly which wire is positive. Because of course, guess what? They're not labeled again. I mean, why would you label your wires? You don't need to know that. I can just guess, right? Before I get that driver's side speaker all the way done, I got it already ready for the butt connectors and ready for the wires. I'm gonna check, can I fit a speaker in here? Go in here. Yep, it should be right there on top. This is the original speaker that came in the rear. Well, not the original. But who I bought it from, Justin, he swapped it out for these. It's the same size as the original. Okay, these are 4x10s. I'm assuming it's gonna fit because this is the factory size that was in the rear. And guess what? It fits. It fits. I just look like I gotta drill a couple holes or maybe some self-tapping bolts, and yeah. Oop. When wiring this in, I'm gonna be wiring this to be center. I don't want it to be a left. I don't want it to be a right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wire the positive side and pigtail that in over there on the driver's side positive. And then the negative is gonna be butt connector to this one, effectively making this now a center speaker instead of it only being left or only being right. Now that we know that the speaker is gonna fit, and get some wiring and get some new speaker wires. I think that's a little thick, a little much. This should be perfectly fine. Still a little bit of a gauged wire though. We'll go with this one. I think the blue one's a little overkill. So it's not going to be using a lot of wattage. So, I mean, if it was hooked up to my speaker box, then yeah, I'd probably put a bigger gauge wire. But it should be fine with the smaller one. Let's see. We need roughly that much. So now we got it sitting in there, roughly where I want it sitting. Yeah, it seems to be right there. we're gonna mark these spots. I figured 2 bolts up front here will be fine. Oop. I figure I shouldn't need more than that. And then we'll drill those out. We're gonna get us a little spot. That way, hopefully this drill bit doesn't walk. Now basically I got a really tiny drill bit. That way I can fit it. 1. If something doesn't work now, then I know it's because I hit those wires. Make it just a little bit bigger. Alright, a little bit bigger. Okay. Just make sure when you're drilling these holes that you do not hit these wires right there like I did. So now I just gotta make sure they're good, and then I'll cover it back up. That way don't short out. Come over here, get some liquid tape. There we go. Liquid tape. All right. So I just put some liquid tape back on it. It should be good to go. I'm gonna try to figure out where to move that wire down or back, you know, whichever way. That way the bolt won't be hitting it as well. And the wires are held in by these little metal brackets, these little tabs right there that you can bend. So what I did was I just unbent it, took it out of that bracket, so it's resting here. That way it'll have plenty of room for the speaker to sit in here and not be affecting those wires. Now we're gonna have to fish these through here, which will be fun. I made some ends. This is supposed to be a 5-hour job, right?
This is why you have a big vehicle.
Yeah. So fish these through here.
Now I gotta do that one more time.
Yep, now I gotta do it one more time. But I'm gonna do that off camera. Twist these together, positive to positive. Put that in there. Yeah, but squeeze. Okay, so what I did here, because the driver's side speaker, this resistor or whatever this is called, is touching the body of the car. So what I did is I rotated the speaker in here, so it's rotated opposite, and that's now farther back. And then I put some blue tape right there to keep it from shorting out. It's a snug fit. All right. It's pretty firm in there. 2 bolts should hold it just fine, because that's all I'm putting in it. Moment of truth. Is it gonna work? Actually, the moment of truth is gonna be when I go to put the dash back on. Let's turn this on. All right. Works great. Now the real question is the dashboard gonna fit on properly? It should fit. I'm hoping I don't have to cut out a hole. Okay, remember these little clips
Have to go in the holes.
they have to go in those slots up here, okay? So it's gonna be a pain in the butt.
And I have to fish this in first.
Yes, that has to be fished in first. So flip it. We're just gonna sit this over here. These are the clips I'm talking about, right there. See, they move left and right. So you just gotta make sure that those clips go in these slots, these holes, and there's one there, and then there's one, oh, that middle one's gotta get pulled out. Oh, look, there you go. And that slid in. Now it should just push right in. There we go. And it clipped in. Now we're in it. We just gotta bolt all this back up, put my wedge stuff back on, and it appears to fit. It doesn't seem to be protruding. Now get these bolts back in. We got to still get these bolts back in, the 4 there, and then hook up our hose for our vent. Put it back in. And we are done. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking or subscribing. It doesn't cost you a thing, and every week or two you can see what I'm up to.